afternoon, class. Today I will be teaching about the topic pain management technique. Okay, this topic is for BSc second years. This is from medical surgical nursing topic from the unit OT. So let us see what is the definition of pain. Okay, we know what is pain in our layman language, but according to Mersick and Bokduk in 1994, they have given a definition of pain, that is, pain is defined as an unpleasant means which is not nice, okay, which is very discomfort, okay, it is not comfortable pain. So it is defined as an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with actual or potential tissue damage. So basically pain is what? It is like a discomfort, okay. It is not a nice thing, it is a bad thing. So it is an unpleasant, it affects the sensory senses, okay, and even the emotional, okay, the senses also and the emotions of a person, okay. So they are there is a imbalance in the senses and emotions of a person which are associated with actual or potential tissue damage. So whenever there's a tissue damage or whenever there's there's some problem in the body, okay, so naturally patient will have pain, okay. So that is the unpleasant sensory and emotional experience, okay. So that is the definition of pain. Next, by Merriam-Webster, she has given another definition, that is, it is usually localized physical suffering associated with bodily disorder, such as a disease or injury. So whenever there is an injury, okay, अगर चोट लग गया, so obviously there will be pain, right? So if there's any disease condition like cancer or any other disease condition, patient will have localized physical suffering. Okay, they will have physical means physically, okay, in the body. So they will have pain in the body whenever there is an injury or disease. So this is the definition by Merriam-Webster. So there are two definitions of pain. Now there are many types of pain, okay. So the three categories of pain are, okay, so pain is categorized depending upon the duration. How much, what is the duration of pain? It can be 1 hour. I'm having 1 hour of pain, or it can be only 15 minutes of pain. Okay, या 10 मिनट की पेन है. So it depends on the duration. Duration is time. Okay, or how many I'm having pain for for 2 weeks. But, okay, some patients they come with problems like I'm having pain for 2 weeks, or I'm having pain for 1 month. Okay, so that is the duration. The time limit is the duration. Next, location. Okay, location. Where is the pain? It can be in the fingers, or it can be in the legs, or it can be in the abdomen, or patient can have pain in the ears, or pain in the eyes. So depend on the location. Okay, location of the body. Or third is etiology. What is the cause of pain? Okay, it can be because of disease condition, okay, like cancer. It can be because of any injury, okay. It can be trauma, accident, or there can be foreign object has inserted into your ears or into your nose. So there will be pain. So depending upon the cause also. Okay, etiology, cause, depending upon the location and depending upon the duration. So that is the category. But there are three basic categories of pain. That is acute, number 2 chronic, and number 3 cancer related pain. We know it is acute. Acute means for a short term, okay, short duration. Whereas chronic means for longer duration, for longer time. Or cancer related pain, matlab those cancer patients are having pain because of the cancer itself. So that is cancer related pain. So let us see in details what are acute, chronic and cancer related pain. So first is acute pain. It is usually of recent onset. Okay, recently hai ye. It is not like I'm having this pain since last 2-3 months. ये नहीं है. Recent है. मतलब I'm having now. So that is acute pain, and it is commonly associated with specific injuries. So if there's any injury, maybe like you fall on the ground और चोट लग गया या scratch हो गया हाथ में, so there is pain, right? At that time you are having pain, so that is acute pain. If no lasting damage occurs and no systemic disease exists, acute pain usually decreases as healing starts. So अगर healing शुरू हो गया तो naturally pain कम हो जाते हैं. So that is the acute pain कम हो रहा है. It can last from seconds or it lasts to 6 months. ठीक है? So this is acute pain. So you can see the duration. Okay, seconds मतलब अभी अभी, or it can last to 6 months. Next is the chronic pain. Okay, chronic pain मतलब for a longer time. So even though healing is taking place, लेकिन chronic pain हो रहा है. So chronic pain is intermittent or constant pain. Constant मतलब for a long time. ठीक है, it is not changing. That persists beyond the expected healing time and can seldom be contributed to a specific cause or injury. So chronic pain meaning that basically means it is for a longer period of time and it is constant. कोई change नहीं हो रहा है pain पे. This is the same pain continuing for 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. Okay, then it may have a poorly defined onset and it is often difficult to treat because the cause and origin may be unclear. So in such type of pain like this, the cause also we do not know the cause. ठीक है, क्योंकि it is for a longer time, है ना? It is for more than 6 months. So we do not know where is the pain, okay, or what is the cause of the pain. Next, chronic pain lasts for 6 months or longer. 6 months, it is an arbitrary period for differentiating between chronic and acute pain. So 6 months is the time period which distinguishes between acute pain and chronic pain. Acute pain क्या होता है? For how many months the pain is having? Seconds to 6 months. Or अगर patient is having pain for more than 6 months, then we can call it as chronic pain. ठीक है? Next is the cancer related pain. The third type of pain is cancer related pain. Pain which are associated with cancer, it can be acute or it can be chronic. इसमें कोई distinguish नहीं है कि acute है या chronic, but it is happening in patient with cancer. ठीक है, जो cancer patients है अगर उनको pain है तो that is cancer related pain. Pain in patients of cancer is directly associated with the tumor and the cancer treatment. So the main cause here is what? It is because of the tumor. ये जो tumor है, जो fast और abnormal rapid growth of cells, ठीक है, उसकी वजह से या cancer treatment की वजह से patients are having pain, then it is called as cancer related pain. Next, pain classified by its location. So जैसे मैंने बोला है कि location wise भी depend करते हैं, है ना? So the pain is classified by location. It is characterized according to the location. It can be pelvic pain, pain in the pelvic area, or pain in the head. We call it as headache. Pain in the chest, chest pain, or there can be pain in the bones, okay, joint pains, or it can be pain in the legs, okay, on the hands or the fingers. So depend करते हैं location पे. Next is pain classified by etiology. Okay, the cause. What is the cause of the pain? Okay, it can be because of burns, because of disease condition like cancer. It can be because of post-herpetic neuralgia. Okay, so these are some of the examples of pain classified by etiology. Then what are the harmful effects of pain? Okay, we know that when you are having pain, okay, are you able to sleep? No, right? You're not able to sleep because of pain. You're not able to sometimes eat properly because of pain, है ना? So the harmful effects of pain, okay, for example, unrelieved pain is associated with sleep alteration. So pain also affects the sleeping pattern. Okay, people are not able to sleep. They're they're having pain in the sometimes pain in the teeth. Okay, tooth pain or toothache. Okay, we call it as toothache, pain in the tooth or pain in the teeth. So what happens is because of toothache या cavity की वजह से या कोई procedure की वजह से pain हो रहा है दांत में, so you're not able to sleep properly, है ना? So that is the harmful effects of pain. Okay, not only it affects the sleep, but it also affects the eating habits. Okay, because of pain you're not able to eat properly, कोई appetite ही नहीं है. So these are the harmful effects of pain. What are the factors which influences pain response? Okay, number one is past experience. Okay, पहले before 2 years or 3 years back एक accident हुआ है, ठीक है, तो उसकी वजह से I'm still having pain. Okay, so this is one of the factor which influences the pain response. Next is anxiety, tension, ठीक है, pressure. So because of that also you're having so much of pressure, so much of tension, ठीक है, तो that also can lead to pain. Depression also, it is one of the factor which influences pain. Okay, so this is also very important. Next is culture. There are some cultures, okay, that influences pain. Okay, like some cultures they perform tattoo, which is very important. Okay, very compulsory tattoo. So sometimes after putting a tattoo also you are having pain. Okay, so these are some factors. Next, old age. Old age is very important because as the age increases, the body changes. Okay, the body mechanism changes. So, as you can see also, your grandmother, grandfather, they are having pain. Okay, like joint pains. Okay, when they get up in the morning, they're having backache. Okay, so old age also is one of the factors which influences pain. And last is gender. Okay, so females are more they are more prone to having pain. Okay, so like dysmenorrhea, we know what is dysmenorrhea. I hope it is pain during menstrual cycle. Okay, menstrual cramps. Okay, so many of the factors or many of the injuries or trauma, the females are more affected. Okay, so the gender, that is females, are more prone to having pain. So these are some of the factors which influences pain response. I hope this is clear. Now coming to the nursing care. What are the roles of a nurse in pain management? Number one is nurse should perform pain assessment. Okay, the nurse should check the location of the pain. She should ask for the intensity. पेन का क्या है, मतलब what is your pain? Is it mild? Is it severe, or is it moderate pain? Next, identify the goals for pain management. ठीक है, you have to identify the goals. Next, establish a nurse-patient relationship through open communication. There should be a good IPR. You should gain the trust of patient. अगर trust factor नहीं है, then the patient is not able to open up. Okay, she will not be able to explain her problem or her pain. So we have to make a good IPR with the patient. Then provide patient teaching regarding the pain and strategies to relief so that she can manage at home. So before discharging the patient from the hospital, so we have to explain some home remedies for the patient to relieve pain. ठीक है, अगर घर में पेन हो रहा है तो क्या कर सकते हैं? We can do massage, right? We can perform some lightweight exercise to relieve pain. Okay, so if there is back pain, then we can we can put some hot water bag, or depend करते हैं, we can put some comfort devices by using pillow or air mattress. So these are some of the home remedies. So we have to teach the patient. As a nurse, you have to teach the patient about the strategy. Next, provide physical care to the patient who are not able to do daily activity. जो patients हैं who are not able to brush their teeth because of pain in their hands, or not able to to take bath because of pain in their legs or pain in their back area. So we can, as a nurse, we have to assist. Next, manage the anxiety related to pain. You have to reduce the anxiety. Help to relieve the pain by giving medications to the patient or non-medication. Then assess the effectiveness of those interventions. So after giving the medication, after giving injection, like for example, an analgesic injection, right? For example, injection Voveron. So you have given injection Voveron at 8 o'clock in the morning, okay, because she is having very severe pain. Then after 1 hour, you have to check whether the patient is still having pain. Okay? The intensity of the pain is the same or not. If she's having same severe pain, or is it decreasing the pain? Okay, so that also you have to assess. Next, monitor for adverse effects and serve as advocate for the patient when the prescribed intervention is ineffective. So we should check also whether after giving injection Voveron at 8 o'clock, whether the patient is still having the same pain. If it is still having the same pain, then you have to inform the doctor, okay, and you have to educate the patient also. So these are some of the nursing care in pain management. Next, coming to the pain management, this is very important. Okay, so pain management strategies include both pharmacological, okay, dealing with the medicines, and there are also non-pharmacological approaches. Okay, so there are two types of pain management where we can give to the patient. It can be pharmacological, where we have to give medicines, or we can give other alternate management. Okay, so let us see first with the pharmacological intervention. Pharmacological intervention, pharma, medicine or drugs. Okay, so here in pharmacological intervention, we are giving a specific medication to the patient. We can give it by IV injection, or we can give it by oral injection, okay, or IM injection to reduce the pain. So analgesic medications, okay, I know that you have studied in pharmacology, okay, about the analgesic. So I'll just brush it up. So the agents which are used to treat pain or to reduce pain, okay, so there are some categories of analgesic agents. Number one is opioids. Okay, so opioids, it can be given through oral in the form of tablets, or IV injection, subcutaneous, or through the spine, or through the nasal drops, intranasal, or through the rectum, and transdermal. Okay, on the we can apply it like a cream, okay, and IM injection. So these are some of the routes that we can give opioid injection. The most preferred route is the oral route, that is through the mouth. Some of the used opioids are, some of the examples of opioids are morphine injections, okay, codeine, oxycodone, meperidine, propoxyphene, hydrocodone, and tramadol. Okay, so in hospitals also we use these injections to reduce the pain. So these are opioid injections. And the most common here, we mostly use tramadol injection, okay, to reduce the pain, and we also give morphine also, codeine also. Next, second category is the NSAID. So this is very common, right? You all know what a NSAID is. The full form is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug. The function of the action of this is it decreases pain by inhibiting or stopping the COX, okay. It is an enzyme. So this NSAIDs drugs, what do? They try to stop the COX enzyme, that is cyclooxygenase enzyme. Okay, so it tries to stop the enzyme from producing, and therefore it is reducing the pain. The enzymes which are involved in the production of prostaglandins from traumatized or inflamed tissue. So that is the main action of NSAIDs, that is it tries to stop the production of COX enzymes which are involved in the production of prostaglandins whenever there is an inflammation or whenever there is a trauma. So there are two types of COX. One is COX-1 and COX-2. And some examples of NSAIDs are diclofenac sodium or injection Voveron, which is very common, and ibuprofen, okay, or brufen. So these are some of the common NSAIDs drugs which are used in the hospitals to reduce pain. So these are the two categories. Next is local anesthetics. Okay, so it works by blocking the nerve conduction when they are applied directly to the nerve fiber. So anesthesia or anesthetic agents I have explained properly in the last previous classes. Okay, so the anesthetics or local anesthetics, what do? They try to block the nerve conduction. Okay, by blocking the nerve conduction, therefore the pain will be reduced and there will be no sense or there will be numbness. They can be applied directly to the site of injury, okay, that is topical anesthetics, or they can be directly given to the nerve fibers by injecting at the time of surgery, like lignocaine injection. Okay, so lignocaine is an anesthesia. Okay, next, the fourth category is the tricyclic antidepressant agents and also anti-seizure medication. So these agents also we can give to reduce the pain. So tricyclic antidepressant agents, they are usually given to reduce the depression. Okay, so such medications are amitriptyline and imipramine. These are the drugs of tricyclic antidepressants. And anti-seizure medications, they are given to reduce seizures. Okay, so anti-seizure agents like phenytoin and carbamazepine, these are anti-seizure agents. These medications are given in small dose. Okay, they are given not in a big dose, they are given in small dose so that they can treat depression and seizures. Okay, these are the factors for pain. So these are the four categories of analgesic agents. One is opioids. Okay, opioids like morphine, tramadol, codeine, meperidine, hydrocodone. Okay, so these are some of the examples. Then second category is NSAIDs like injection diclofenac sodium or Voveron or ibuprofen. Next is local anesthetics like injection lignocaine. Then we have the tricyclic antidepressant agents like amitriptyline or imipramine to reduce depression, and we also give anti-seizure medications, okay, to reduce seizures like injection phenytoin and carbamazepine. So these are some of the agents which are given to treat pain. So these are the pharmacological interventions. Okay, now coming to non-pharmacologic interventions, means no medicines or no injections or no drugs are given here. Okay, these are basically alternate management. Okay, so non-pharmacological nursing activities can assist in pain relief, usually with low risk of patient. So these are some of the managements or the interventions of non-pharmacology. Number one is massage. We all know what is massage, है ना? घर पे भी अगर कमर में दर्द है, then we can take Idex, or you can take Move ointment and apply it, and we can massage. Next is thermal therapy. Okay, then we have the transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. Then there is distraction. Okay, distraction is diversional therapy. Then we have relaxation techniques, hypnosis, music therapy, and alternative therapy. So let us see what are these in detail. First is massage. Massage is the cutaneous stimulation of the body. Okay, by giving massage, we are trying to stimulate the body. So this is cutaneous stimulation of the body. The gate control theory proposes that stimulation of fibers that transmit non-painful sensation, it can block or decrease the pain. Okay, so by providing a cutaneous stimulation of the fibers, by doing massage, we are stimulating the fibers. So that will transmit non-painful sensation. Okay, and this will block or decrease the transmission of pain impulse. So this is the action of massage. So several non-pharmacological pain relief strategies includes rubbing the skin or using heat and cold are based on this theory. So it depends. Okay, you want to use hot compression or cold compression or rubbing on the skin. Okay, massaging. So these are some of the strategies of massage. Next is the thermal therapy. Thermal therapy. So especially for females during menstrual cycle, okay, during dysmenorrhea. So we suggest for putting hot water bag, okay. So that is one of the thermal therapy. Okay, so we can give hot water bag that will reduce the pain, or we can give ice or application of ice also. Okay, in for example, like you've had a fracture, ठीक है, गलती से फ्रैक्चर मतलब गलती से गिर गया स्टेप से, so what happen is you have sprain, ठीक है, your legs are sprained. So what happens, you can put ice, or you can put ice on a towel, and you put the towel with ice on the affected side, so that will decrease the pain. So these are thermal therapies. So thermal therapies will include both either hot application or heat therapy or ice therapy. Next, transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, that is TENS. Okay, short form is TENS. TENS uses a battery operated unit with electrodes applied to the skin to produce a tingling, buzzing or vibrating sensation in the area of pain. Okay, so TENS is like a it is like a device. Okay, it is a battery. Okay, it is operated on battery, and it has electrodes. Okay, these electrodes, they are put on the skin, and they produce, okay, when we on the device, what does it do? It gives a tingling, a buzzing or vibrating sensation to the pain area. So by giving a vibratory sensation, what do? It stimulates the fibers, okay, just like the action of the massage. So when the fibers, when there's stimulation of fibers, it will transmit non-painful sensation, and it reduces the pain. It has been used in both acute and chronic pain relief, and is thought to decrease pain by stimulating the non-pain receptors in the same area as fibers that transmit the pain. So it is the same action. TENS, okay, this TENS device is the same action of the massage. Okay, what does it do? TENS, it produces a tingling or buzzing or vibrating sensation to the pain area. By doing that, there is stimulation of fibers which transmits non-painful sensation, and it decreases the pain stimuli. Next is the distraction. We know what is distraction, right? When you are having pain, chronic or severe pain or acute pain, we try to distract the patient. Okay, we can tell the patient to watch movies or play video games or read a novel or listening to music or read newspapers. So these are some distractions. Okay. Then relaxation technique is also another management. Okay, relaxation is where you relax. Okay, a quiet environment. Okay, there should be a quiet environment, proper ventilation. Okay, light should be dim, so it gives a person relax. Okay, so skeletal muscle relaxation is believed to reduce pain by relaxing the tense muscles that contributes to the pain. So whenever you're having pain also, sometimes you have to relax yourself so that the muscles also, they will relax. Okay, they will not be tense, they will be relaxed. Next is hypnosis. Okay, hypnosis or hypnotic, it has been effective in relieving pain and decreases the amount of analgesic agents required in patients suffering from acute or chronic. It promotes pain relief in difficult situations. Okay, so the action of how hypnosis works is not clear, but it is found that hypnosis also it tries to reduce the pain. Next is music therapy. Music therapy, it is the most easy, most inexpensive and effective therapy for reducing pain and anxiety and depression. Okay, so whenever you're feeling sad or when you're depressed or when you're having pain, then you can try this therapy, that is music therapy, by listening to music. Okay, so and the last is alternative therapy. Alternative therapy, for example, there are many therapies like chelation, therapeutic touch. Okay, the spiritual touch that we say. Okay, when you're in severe pain or cancer patients having severe pain, so they require some spiritual guidance or they require some spiritual touch. So they call the pandit or they call the priest, okay, and they by the touch of these priests also their pain will decrease. Okay, then herbal therapy by using herbs, reflexology, which is reflexology is nothing but having reflexes on the body. Okay, exercise by having by doing the reflexes. Magnetic therapy, electrotherapy, polarity therapy, acupressure. Okay, acupressure you all know. I hope this is very common. This is one of the Chinese therapies but then by applying amule oil, pectin therapy, aroma therapy. Aroma is by smelling. Okay, by fragrance also pain reduces. Then homeopathy. Okay, taking medicines from the homeopathy and macrobiotic dieting. Okay, so these are some other alternative therapies. Okay, for managing pain. So we have come to the end of the topic for today. So we have done about the non-pharmacologic intervention, the pharmacologic intervention, okay, nursing care, what are the factors which influences pain response, the types of pain, okay, and the definition. So I hope this is clear with pain management techniques. Okay, so thank you class.